can watch it live.
Her phone. She can watch it live.
But where are the cameras? Here and here?
YouTube is live.
Everybody's live.
We're live,
all
you guys.
Oh,
we're live. Okay.
First of all,
Let's
I
get it.
just want to apologize. We're a little late, like cookout late. But we glad y'all hung around to wait for us to get the mac and cheese here and the wings here.
Yes, we actually have wings.
How do you know it's live?
I have arrived.
Yes.
I have arrived.
Yes, you have, brother.
Yeah.
I'm here.
You're the dramatic,
I
the melodramatic
An
one.
hour later.
Little child says I'm the dramatic one.
An hour later.
I have to deliver.
What are we supposed to look at?
Huh?
That's
You
your
look at it anyway.
camera.
So, all right. So
Your camera's over here.
There and there.
Well, we got the ensemble of the way.
Oh, wow. We had everything set up. Oh, yeah. So,
Do it live.
can you guys?
Shout out to Clinton.
Wow.
Okay. You wanna go to the stage?
We ain't having.
All right, let me log in.
Check it out.
Crystal,
So-
can you give us a little of why we chose this spot and what we have at the table right here?
Absolutely. So we chose
Where?
Wing Heaven, which is in Clinton, Maryland, where flavor lives. Flavor lives. Today we're not.
Not today.
No.
We're shouting out a black business.
But we wanted to support black-owned business because that's the wings part of what we do. So we literal with the wings, and they got some cool flavors. They got a lemon pepper in honor of season 1. They got hot honey Old Bay,
Hi, honey, old day.
hot honey Old Bay, and they got a raspberry flavor.
Raspberry,
Raspberry.
Yeah, it was
sweet raspberry pepper.
Thank you.
You got-
Sweet
you got
raspberry pepper.
That's unique to that store, that
They
location.
the only folks that got sweet raspberry pepper. So if you try to do something healthy and you think we'll get some fruit up in there, go holler at Wing Heaven because they got raspberries on their chicken sauce.
All right, you did it in that one. I got to do this. Wing Heaven. All right.
Making sure we get it on
So-
cameras.
So you got the shout out to everybody to see.
Yeah, I got the shout up. I got the shout up. We have the questions that were sent in. So thank you to everyone who did send in.
Is it loud? Do we gotta talk loud or what?
We good.
We good. We're just talking. If the sound is If the sound is okay for you all, please let us know. If you need us to get louder, put something in the chat so be aware of. We got our production team in the back end.
And tell us
Trying
where
to
you're
do-
watching from. Tell us where you're from.
All right.
Huh?
I want people to tell us where they're from.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Tell us where you're from. I thought you were talking to me. All right. As you can see, we usually run everything super tight here. So this is
Who is that?
this is the producer. So I have the questions. We're still waiting to get some questions in. So let's start with the first submitted question. Looking back at season 1, which conversation surprised you the most? This can go for anybody.
Wow. Which conversation surprised us the most?
Do y'all remember all the conversations we had?
I do, but I don't know which one surprised us the
There
most.
were 8.
Oh, you know where the conversation started and then where we ended up, where we landed.
However you want.
However you want to
However you
take
wanna
the
take
question.
that.
So either you learned something new about a sibling or you had a conversation that you really took home and thought about.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Who?
I'm sorry.
Anybody.
All right. So let me set it off then. I think for me it was the first one, because the first one we didn't know what was going to come of it, right? If you don't know, should we tell them how we do the episodes?
Yeah.
Okay, so letting the cat out of the bag, when we record roughly 4 episodes at a time.
Mhm.
And so, the change of clothes, that's why I listen to fresh and new. And so the first episode was the inaugural one, and we had no idea kind of sort of what the response was going to be, how we were going to react to it, and more importantly, how transparent and really how transformational it came from that first conversation of realizing, okay, man, I didn't understand how Crystal saw it, or I didn't understand how Tiffany saw it, or just growing up and talking about that superpower. So that was kind of like what set it off for us to be able to say, okay, we're going to really do this. We're going to be honest and we're going to be upfront. And it felt good to like really dive deeper into not just what I knew you as sharing room for years upon years, or
16 years.
16 years, yes. How do you
Y'all shared a
remember
room
that?
for 16 years.
Just about.
No, we shared rooms.
Y'all shared a room.
So
I was
maybe
maybe
14 years.
We didn't like each
Oh.
other, but
14 years.
You didn't like each other. All right.
Well, I didn't get
maybe
my
mutual. I didn't like
I don't think I
Yeah.
got my room till I turned 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
I think we have to say what the question was that we answered because I don't know.
It
if I
was-
remember.
What was your
Sibling
superpower? What was your sibling superpower? And we tied that to the roles of when we were born, kind of, and that's how everybody looks at it. And the roles, if you watch the episode, everybody who's the oldest felt like the protector, or the youngest felt like the uninvited, or I don't know stuff.
I mean, I love that.
You love that?
I
Was
didn't
that
think of
good?
it like that, but
The uninvited and the middle
Well,
child.
unheard. She said she
Unheard.
was that character.
Yeah, the
that
middle
had
child was
a
middle
voice.
child.
Mhm.
And it was just unique for me because I was the only boy, and so it was like, all right, well, it's a house full of women. I'm just trying to figure myself out. So I think that was like, all right, that was the key to turning. It's like, all right, let's run with this and let's be real and just put it out there. So
I also want to pick up where Carmen left off when he was talking about the format of the show. So we record so many episodes, but our responses to the questions are very real. So we have to come up with these questions. We submit it to our two producers, and then they choose what question will be asked, and only that person knows what that question is. We don't know what the other
Questions are.
siblings have asked. And so we're all kind of responding in real time to it. And so what you see are very real reactions and very real processing of the question and very, very emotion that comes out, because there's no prefacing, there's no preparing for all the possible questions that could be asked. So it's a very real, authentic experience.
for sure. And before one of you guys answer, I just want to.
Raspberry.
These are props.
It's banging.
These are props,
Those are
by the way.
banging. We've already had mine.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, you know how you don't get here on time.
Yeah,
No,
You can
it's
eat.
sucking my teeth and mess up my lipstick. No,
so they're just a prop.
They're not a prop.
No, you can eat them. I'm
No,
just
right.
not gonna partake. And when he's spitting chicken in your face because he's laughing.
So you know that other. What ain't happened? Quentin Miller.
Yes.
Where the good wings go.
With the good
It's a go.
That's what it said on the website. Where the good chickens go.
The good
Something
chicken
like
go,
that.
yeah.
I know it's very clever. I like it. Sorry.
David Dupree says with the wings that he would like flats, please.
Oh, okay.
Flats.
David has been a fan favorite. I feel like I know David.
I actually do know David. What's up, David? He's the best guy in the whole wide world. We met in the 9th grade at Roosevelt in English class, and we've been cool and joke partners ever since. So David, I run into him randomly all the time. Thank you for joining us live, David. Being
Shout out,
that.
David.
I mean,
David,
David,
shout out to David.
I have a question for you. My brother in streaming. Why do you be watching this? Why do you watch this show? Why do we need y'all watch this show? Anyway, answer in the comments.
Put it in the chat.
We need to know.
Put it in the chat.
We also have Barbara Durfee. She says, "Hey family."
Next time we gotta get Barbara to make us some wings because she's a cooking sister.
Barbara be cooking.
Barbara.
Yeah,
Hey.
She been cooking that bacon.
Oh, my God.
I got birthday coming up, Barbara.
Uh-huh.
No, go ahead. What was the episode that touched you the most? Wasn't that what the question?
I think that one because Krista was like, you were my hero. I almost fell out. I was like, oh my God. Like, I didn't know. So that was.
How does she not know
Let's
that?
say, no, I
She
do.
don't know she your shero.
Right. I don't know
Right,
that.
It's your big
So,
sister.
yes, I've been.
with her all the
So
time.
if everybody doesn't know, there's a gap between me and them. Like Tiffany and I are 16 years apart. Herman and I are 10 years apart. So Crystal and I are 11 years apart. And then our sister Nicole, who ain't here, is
Hey, Nikki.
we are
She's too good.
we're 5 years apart. She don't want to be a part of the shenanigans.
Shout out to David Dupree.
But she does,
That's
now
good.
that's all fair, but she
Good.
does participate when we do a reel
She
or
do.
something around the holiday. She even comes with her makeup on. She was ready for Christmas.
Oh, don't put her up there. She ain't here to defend herself. Don't do it.
But
We
anyway,
just got her back.
we're all 5 years apart except for Kermit and Crystal. They are a year apart, which that's why we call them Irish twins. Now, because we're so many years apart, I would not know that I was your shero. So that was, because I'll
That
never
you
know that you're my shero. No, we didn't know that. So I think that touched me, and getting to know my siblings as an adult is very different than knowing them as children. And so I feel like the gap is closer in now because I don't feel so much older than them now. I feel like equal. So, they're grown, they got their own families, they got their own businesses, and it's hard, as you all know, and type it up in the comments. When you have a big family, you kind of stay in line where you fall at, in your birthright. But I think we're making an effort to get to know each other to be friends, put it that way. Like we know we're family, we're connected, and we gotta be around each other. But we want to be around each other. So I like that.
That sounds good till it's a disagreement.
Oh, well,
Then everybody
Where's my
goes
camera?
back to their
Where's my
sibling
cameras?
roles.
That's it. That'd be it.
Man, this is quite urban to be crushing these wings.
You tearing them wings up. David Dupree, to answer your question, Tiffany, said, honestly, I watch for the feeling of connection and community, and Crystal has always been that space for me since 9th grade. And then connecting with Kermit's story and the complex but similarly situated story of the Black families made it very real for me. I love the authenticity of the siblings and something I'm working on with my own.
Oh, we like that.
Look at the Lords.
And David, really, that's our intention with this
Mhm.
podcast. The conversations are being had in families, and hopefully, if people are not connected, they do become connected.
Mhm.
That is one of our, when we
Did you
decided to
demonstrate?
do this, that was one of the goals for us. Okay, great job, David.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you hit the show
Thank you,
button.
David.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, that was a long one. I didn't hit the show button. Okay.
A little bit.
Let people
No, you
read.
read it, but just go.
Okay.
Stephanie,
Thank
Stephanie.
you.
Thank you, David. Yeah,
That's awesome. I don't remember the question.
What
man.
looking back at
Stephanie, no
season
man.
1, which episode or topic or something that stood out that surprised you the most?
Her finger.
Hey, I might got ADHD.
Answer the question before you forget again. Playing around.
So we talked about sibling roles, we talked about education, we talked about finances, hobbies, caretaking relationships. That's it. No, it's 2 of them.
Relationships.
No.
Relationships.
Relationship partners too.
We said caretaking already.
Who can figure that one? So I would say caretaking is probably the most surprising one for me. Easy conversation to have, hard one to
Get together, Kermit. What are you laughing about?
I'm laughing because of the deafening silence in the room.
Okay, so I would say like so many of the questions that we've asked each other require us to recall experiences outside of our direct relationships, right? So we're all bringing individual experiences around how we experienced growing up together, about parenting the kids. That was the other one, caring for your adult children.
Yeah.
Caretaking was probably the only one that is about us being siblings in the here and the now. So I think what that raised, which didn't come up online, it's probably a good thing. But I think one of the reasons we wanted to do this podcast is like to strengthen our relationships and sort of, I don't know, do something like just talk to other people. We all like to be sort of in front of a room. We like to connect with people. We like to share our experiences. We like to support and coach people. So this is part of how we decided to do that as a group. But I think that one really kind of tested us a bit in our actual relationships to each other and why we're here and why we're doing this. And as surprising as it was, I'm very proud that I think the relationships we're building with each other helped us get through that. And possibly will help us get through when that day comes.
Mhm.
And that might be something that we're sort of all called on to do. So I would say that one was most surprising.
It was a close one.
It was a close
It
one.
was a close one.
Why was it a close one?
Because we had differences of opinions on when to put that caretaking episode out, which spilled into, doing what we said we need to do in that episode. And it was a matter of us being somewhat protective of relationships, because we talking about our mom, and it was all right. Do we do this now or do we do this later? Because during the season, our mom did watch a few episodes, and then she not watched a few episodes. And so there were emotions behind that. And with this episode being about her, well, not necessarily about her as a person, but about our roles and responsibilities as her children to take care of her in the future. Without having that conversation, we had differences of opinion with that. And we were like, yeah, I don't know if we
It was
don't.
arranged.
It was arranged.
It was arranged.
Yeah, we were like, nah, wait. Oh no. It was like, it was like, all right, we're gonna do this, so we're not gonna do this. And for transparency, I'm saying transparent. It was a conversation of like, all right, what are we really doing here? What are we really about? Are we really about what we're showing online, or are we really about protecting? So we thought it was protection of the feelings of our mom, or are we about taking care of it beforehand? And the conflicting arguments in between, trying to figure out when to do it and how to do it, really did test us and our growth as not just siblings, but our growth as adults together, trying to, figure out who we are together as adults, I know, but it's like for real. No, it was just like, all right,
I mean, just tell it, because that's what we tell.
I mean, it's important. It's important for everybody to understand that as much as we sit and laugh and joke, we very much have our own ideology. And that particular went to release that episode, even though the world wasn't privy to it on the inside. It did. It was, maybe we shouldn't do this no more. Like the range of commitment to doing this was tested. But at some point in your adult life, you're going to have conversations that test any relationship that you're in. Mother, children, parent, children, husband, wife, siblings. They're going to come these hard tests. And for me, it was really important for my role. It was really important for me to create spaces for us to continue these hard behind conversations. Sometimes when it felt like they weren't fruitful at all. Sometimes when we just left the way that we came. What was most important is to continue having the conversation and giving everybody the respect and the space to process it in their own time. So yeah, that was a hard.
Yeah, it almost got shut down. Wasn't gonna be no Roots Booster with us. And it really, really, like, I'm gonna tell you like that, I was in my big feelings. And not because I didn't think, so give y'all a little backstory. We had to have a conversation with our mother about what she would want us to provide for her caretaking needs, put it that way. And we had to give her questions, and we always knew, we knew it was gonna be a touchy subject, because it wasn't just about her life insurance. It was about, what does she want us to do in her time of need? Or does she want us involved at all? And so it was, my stance was, why I couldn't understand the value in having the conversation with her at the time because I was like, it wasn't about our mother. I felt like it was about how we show up for each other. But my siblings was like, no, we need out of respect, we need to have this conversation with mommy because mommy, we don't want mommy to feel a certain way, you know, like make sure we had it and she knows that we're having it and all of that. And it rocked my nerves.
It was stalemate. It was a stalemate.
Yeah, it rocked my nerves because I was like, hey, it's not about mommy, even though we're showing up for mommy, but it ain't about mommy. But after we had the conversation with our mother and I saw that it put her at ease, I felt better when the episode aired that she knew about it. But at first I was like, why? And so, and what happened is then the Hobbies episode didn't get the love and the attention that it needed because you didn't see any promo on the Hobbies because we were at a standstill with each other. We were like, oh, okay. Kermit was like, right,
Just like that whole X, like that.
Me and Kermit was like, fuck it. And then it was like, well, y'all being insensitive, you're not the. And so we had it realized, we had meetings, we had to realize that we was like, I don't know how long this shit gonna last.
Let's hop on the Zoom. Hop on the Zoom right now.
Right.
All right, so along those lines, we have a question from Lorenzo. He wants to know, do you feel like your childhood life made it much easier to get along as adults? And I think talking about this dynamic of how we were all at a standstill kind of leads into that.
I don't think it was the childhood because we can revert back to being children in our attitudes. I think it was how we treat each other now in our adult life that helped us pull through it. I think if at childhood, I go back to being the oldest and I don't give a, and she goes back to being the baby and I'm gonna be quiet and they go back to being the middle. So we had to work through it as adults, like where we are now, and really had to say to each other, what is the bigger picture here? Is it us? Is it our big old emotions? Is it feeling not seen, not heard? Because I went straight to, y'all always do this shit to me, right? I went there because, that may be some other episodes. But we're talking about that. But I think when you're upset, the default is who you are and your feelings. And then we had to go back into it. I had to be like, is it really about my feelings? Were they intentionally trying to hurt my feelings? You know what I mean? That kind of thing. And so I think we had to come out of Lorenzo, the childhood part of it, and step into our adult boxes and panties. You know what I'm saying?
And I'll add to that, Lorenzo. I also think it was the having recorded several episodes. Like when we say we sit in a day and record them all them emotions and all them, the many times we cry and get emotional, that all happens in one day.
Yeah.
It's a lot of emotion, it's a lot of things to hear and process. And you start to look at your adult siblings a lot differently because you know more about them and where maybe certain behaviors come from. So it was all of that legwork. Caretaking was maybe the last episode we may have recorded, and that back maybe or the second, something like that.
It was the third. It was the third one, and then Hobbies came right after that.
And
so and then I think we did relationships right before, but when we recorded, in the succession,
in the last session,
the last session, because I know Hobbies was right after Caretaking because it was a big joke. Like, all right,
stop sharing all of our
business. But
to lighten it up.
And it's difficult. You see it live with the you see it with the taping when the show airs. But like Crystal said, when we say cut, we immediately go back to our corners, get dressed, and then come back for an entirely different conversation that we don't even know what we're going to be talking about next. So we have an idea, but we don't know what the question is going to be. So it is very strenuous in a day, going through all those entire emotions in a 2-hour setting. Like, just for, again, transparency, we started recording, the second season, and I came from that, I don't know a child, but emotionally drained from just those first 4 episodes from the second season. And I'm rethinking and reliving, like, damn.
I don't even remember what we talked about.
See? So much. So much. Yeah, I know.
Oh, you need your notes, your digital
You
notepad.
should have brought your
That's why
notepad.
she shows up with her hand with
Listen
that
to
notepad.
Listen to notepad. That's what it is.
But yeah, I think, and it is like they say, it's emotionally draining because we do have to navigate this like from where we are and not from where we were.
Word.
And you know, we human. We human.
Shizzle.
We are human. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what's
All right.
the we
Next
got another
question. Next questiones.
Thank you, Lorenzo. If you have follow-up questions, feel free to ask. Lorenzo, I want to ask you a question though. You said, do y'all feel like y'all's childhood life made it much easier to get along as adults? I'm curious because there's a lot of I think there's some presumptions here. I think you're saying you feel like it's easier for us to get along.
Are you analyzing
I
the
am.
question?
We're having a dialogue.
Yeah.
So I'm
So
just
people
curious,
do
like,
presume that if you grew up in the same house that you automatically get along.
or
Yeah.
I
And
think
problem solve with no problems.
Yeah.
So
or maybe you're looking at this and you're like, oh, they must get along because they could do a podcast together. So I think I'm just curious, like, what?
before you answer that, Lorenzo was one of the people pushing for us to go live. Tell him, Lorenzo.
Okay.
Put in the comment. Every time we did and we posted something, Lorenzo was like, I want to see the live.
Yeah, Lorenzo, why do you watch?
Shout out to Lorenzo.
Second
One
question.
you chat for Lorenzo.
Why do you watch? What's your real reason for watching?
So no, you good. Yeah, so
I come at peace. Yeah.
so if we revert to our, relationship, childhood relationship, me and Danita have a very, very loving, deep, bond relationship.
Trauma bond.
Trauma bond. We have trauma bond. We fought all the time. There were so many instances where, I used big expletives. Because again, she's big sister, so she's a lion. She's a lion in the den. And everybody knows it, and she makes sure that everybody knows it.
She's not gonna lie.
Lioness,
Crab.
the crab,
Yeah.
the
Cancer.
cancer.
The Leo.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
No, respect to the
but I
respect to
no, but I have Leo rising.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, hello, somebody.
Makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Makes total sense to 0 to 1,000.
Anywho, we fought all the time. I stabbed her.
What are we saying about Leos?
Stabbed her in the foot all the time. They used to hold me down, beat me on my head, so my mom wouldn't see the bruises, stuff like that. So the relationships as children together, no, we don't revert back to that. We got to revert back to adults because that would be detrimental to our health.
Okay, we have a question from David.
Sure.
Do you feel that you find that you deal with? Okay, hold on. Do you find that you deal with process different iterations of your mother based on where you fall in the sibling lineup?
Yes.
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 And
Absolutely.
like Donita, do you feel like you get a different side of your mom than from Crystal and Kermit, etc.?
Where's my camera?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Let me eat another from we having. We be having a cup down.
Yes, I do. Too.
Okay.
I do.
And then there's a follow-up. He's following Tiffany's lead here.
Okay.
An additional follow-up to that question is, how does that affect your relationship with your siblings? So
Okay.
that dynamic, how does that affect the relationship with your
David is
siblings?
asking me.
The real work.
All the feels. I know. Okay, so David, background. My mother had me when she was 15. So just imagine that dynamic. My mother was 15, and she's the second oldest of 6. And so I was the child who kind of grew up with her and grew up with her siblings. And so I called all of her siblings by their first name because I didn't know back then to call them aunt and uncle and things like that. So you can just imagine that dynamic. And if my mom was 15, I was with her parents a lot. My mother raised me. She didn't abandon me nowhere. I wasn't forgotten. But right. But I was a child that was a product of actually being around, being in a household with my aunts and uncles and my grandparents. And so by the time they came along, she was older. And so they got to me, what I felt, and these are my feelings, they got more of the mother side of her, right? I kind of got her working through her tweens and becoming an adult, right? I mean, I'm just saying my feelings, right?
Yeah.
So,
No, they're
yes, so I think that my mother, so imagine me being a 16-year-old and your mother's 32, right? I'm a 16-year-old in high school, and so naturally we bumped heads a lot. Not because we wanted to, but because now she's reinforcing. She was always mom, but now, you know, I'm a teenager and I'm bucking back real bad. So yeah, I do feel like they got a part of her that I didn't get, which I told you that when that caretaker episode, I was like, I'm not gonna say all the things I want. So, but I'm just saying it was just, and not because I don't care or because I don't love my mom. It's just because that I think that, well, how can I say this? Because I think we
I'm not
both.
able to help you.
Okay, go ahead. Maybe Crystal can help me feel, but
No, I mean,
she
but
can help me explain.
I'm saying I have children that are 14 years apart, 14 years between the oldest and the youngest. And I had my oldest when I was 20. Yeah, 20. And so I think there's a very easy natural inclination.
It's inherent inclination.
Yeah, inherent
Multiple.
inclination when you have multiple children spread out so far that each of them, depending on how you know the spread is, each of them are going to get a different version
Of you.
of
Right.
me.
Mhm.
And my oldest will say, "Hey, mom, why don't you do that thing the way you did it when I was small?" I said, "Well, at least I asked you how you felt about that thing, or I gave you space to tell me how you felt about that thing, and what you shared with me. I didn't want to repeat it, so I'm going to be different. You can't be mad at me because I'm being different now. I just
Right.
try to be effective." But I think it's built in that they're going to get a different version of you.
Parenting gets better with each.
And as
child.
your economic status changes too.
Absolutely. Because then
That
your
plays a
availability
difference,
changes
right.
and your stress
Right.
level changes and
Yeah.
you're
And whether you're married or not, because I had my oldest daughter when I was single, but my second child, I married her father, so it was different in how she was parented and how my oldest daughter was parented. And then we had a blended family, and so my stepson came to live with me, and so I had 3 different dynamics. And I remember my youngest daughter saying, you know, how come I only have but one mommy and one daddy, right?
Lord.
She,
As if that's not
right, because Fallon had 2 daddies, John had 2 mamas, and she wanted 2 mamas and 2 daddies. Which is funny, but you know, that was the dynamic of the blended family that she grew up in. And then I had another stepdaughter who would come over. So it was just
That was typical. I'm gonna get some knives in the chat. That's typical Denver, not light skin behavior.
that she wanted 2 mamas
Yes,
and 2
that's
daddies.
it.
She felt shorted. She
That's
felt
it.
slighted.
So we have a question from, and I'm sorry if I say your name wrong, Ciamara. She wants to know how were sibling disagreements at your younger ages solved in the household.
We
Fights.
fought.
Fights,
We fought.
fisticuffs.
That's CC too.
Oh,
That's
Cece.
easy. We fought.
We fought hand
No, wait,
combat.
No,
correct.
no.
We
Kermit
fought.
fought the older sisters.
Yes, Kermit fought me.
I
and
am not
Nikki.
a fighter.
No.
Crystal, I never had to fight Crystal.
No,
Crystal
How
was
dare you
my-
call me the dramatic one?
Crystal
Now we
was
talk
my
about
sweet
this.
baby. She just wanted to go everywhere with me. Crystal was sweet.
Stop.
Wing
She
heaven.
was.
Wing heaven.
She was. Tiffany, by the time Tiffany came along,
What about me?
I was out of the
What
house.
about me now?
I left. I
was
left.
sweet.
Tiffany fought her nieces.
Yeah, Tiffany. And then said, hold this bear.
Tiffany was if I didn't like a sibling, I didn't like Tiffany. Yeah, I didn't like Tiffany.
Why was that? Because she was the baby?
It was-
It wasn't because she was
She said
a
it was
baby.
mutual.
It wasn't because she was the baby. I don't think I liked her attitude when she got old enough to kind of be vocal. It was just the way that she spoke. I just didn't like it. She
So
wasn't
she
going
was
to
the
chip
youngest
in.
fighting for her position.
She wasn't going to chip in, but she was like very much unto herself. She didn't chip in. She wasn't going to help out. She wasn't voluntarily a part of much. She just kind of stayed in her own world, and then she just showed up when she wanted to, and then she got to do what she wanted to. It wasn't like I I did not
Did you
like
feel
her.
like she was mommy's favorite?
I
Did you
didn't.
feel like she was
Funny.
she was mommy's
No,
favorite?
I did not like her because she did the things that the rest of us. She went outside to play. She was just. But when she said something, when she was smart, I was like, where does that even come from?
Who are you?
Nobody.
Peasants?
Yeah. Like, nobody do anything.
Who gave you rights to
Who
speak
gave you
amongst
the
us
right
nobles?
to take on that attitude? And you don't do nothing around here. Like
Oh,
you're not
y'all were
helping-
close to
You're not helping with Nikki's kids like I am. You're not helping with
See, I
these
thought,
nieces and nephews. Like, yeah.
Wow.
I just thought you were fighting.
Wow, it wasn't coming out.
To me, you're a couple of 4 years older than Fallon. So for me, I always looked at her like,
You
close to
same.
Fallon.
No,
Right,
no, I-
right, and she
I
didn't
didn't
like
know how
that.
I felt about it.
Yeah.
I was like, I know we close to age, but you not my man.
Yes. And I was like,
you're
but you
telling
gonna
me
do
what
it.
to do.
What you gonna do? And so I would be like, and so, funny story, Cece, we begged our mother one time to beat her.
Oh,
We begged our mother to
oh,
Tiffany's mouth
this is trauma.
was
Out of control, man.
and we was like, oh no, you slapped us around. How come Tiffany ain't getting knocked up side her head and one side the other? And I don't know if mommy was tired or what.
All three of us were hanging at that
We were
door.
at all four of us.
Four of us,
Nikki
all
was
four of us
no,
were there.
Nikki was there, and we were at the door. So my mother goes behind the door, and with the belt, it was like,
What do you want me to do? Beat her
it
with
was
the
like
belt?
beat her.
Well, how many
We
times?
gave my mother the belt. Wait a minute, let me finish. We gave my mother the belt. We stood by the door to listen, and we heard, pat, pat. Okay, Tiffany, stop it. All of us fell out like, oh, right. Like,
This
we
is
can't
a
believe
load of
it.
malarkey.
And Tiffany came out not one tear.
Yeah. Thrash your mother.
I was like, did mommy hit you or hit the bed? Because you didn't look like you were hit at all.
We wanted to throw stones so bad.
But I just thought
Tiffany
you
been
were
wanting to talk. What were you
I'm
gonna
sorry,
say?
I just thought you were the baby fighting for
Same.
your right. She said,
I'm used to it.
fight for okay, go ahead, Tiff.
They convened my mother in what's the word? When you bring a bunch of people
Hostile takeover.
together? Well, sure. But it was like they all came together, we were all around her bed, and she just came home from work late because she worked late. And they're like, Mom, we need to all tell you our Tiffany need a beating. And everybody's grievance was because I said something to them they didn't like. And that
Mom.
it's unfair that I wasn't getting disciplined. So Vanita said, like, was mommy soft? No, I watched them and learned mommy wasn't the one that I would be like that with. But I knew who to offend and not to offend. They were jealous.
She got it.
They were haters.
Right, she got
They
it.
were this is not a green room. We can hear what
They
they're
were
saying.
bossing me around. They wanted some, something.
Crystal said you didn't have to deal with the stress of discipline.
I was mad because you were older and people were asking you to take on more responsibility. Nobody asked anything of me except told me what to do.
Oh, okay.
Nobody was ever like, oh, how was your day, Tiffany? Oh, Tiffany, come hang out. We'll take you to the movies with my
Right.
family. Like, I wasn't getting much.
I took you to Six Flags and you lost my child. You remember that? Y'all lost Fallon?
I, 1
No.
year older than your child, was tasked with.
First of all,
4 years
4 years
older.
older.
I took you to Six Flags.
I was taking them on.
Remember that one time? Remember that one time?
One good
I
time.
gave you responsibility
And
and
I
you
messed
failed miserably.
So, times.
Lorenzo said Donita must got hands because they talked about you two
No,
scrapping.
I'm just older. I'm just older.
Nah, you got
I was
hands.
I was just older. Well, I had to fight, Lorenzo. I had to fight because I was the oldest. So I tell you what, I can hit them, but wasn't nobody else gonna hit them.
And then David said, "Not did mommy hit you or the bed? Cause what?"
She wasn't scared. She didn't get no spanking. I'm not even believing that.
I got spankings from time to time.
He said
Oh.
people
I
ask
didn't
him.
beat them. I wasn't doing nothing to her.
He
The rest
said
was
people
just
ask him where them fans at, and we want to know where them tears at.
Ah,
I was a crybaby.
You're
I still cry
overdue.
all the time.
overdue.
Cece is coming to your defense though. She said Tiffany respected Mama Bear and gave her siblings trouble.
Yeah,
Oh.
I was
she did.
smart about it.
She didn't give me no trouble. She just had a small mouth.
Yeah, small
She
mouth.
might have given Crystal. Because they're close.
Yeah, that was it.
They're never closer.
See what
I
I'm
can
saying?
get it.
Crystal used to get it.
All right.
No, okay, one time, okay, I don't have a whole lot of memories from childhood, but there was one time we were driving down the road to North Carolina, Virginia, where we would go every Thanksgiving to spend it with my father's family. We would always stop to go to like 7-Eleven or something. I don't know what the conversation was, but we were in the backseat, we arguing, and Crystal says, and that's why nobody really likes you, and you don't have any real friends. She probably said some other things, but I'm so traumatized I don't remember.
Because
I remember that.
when you hold it in so much and you don't fight to take it out, then when it comes out, it goes for the jugular.
As children, we sometimes
Yeah.
say
I was
hateful
probably like that
things
with Nikki.
to
I was
our
probably like that.
siblings.
Probably said I hate you.
You say hateful
Well, we
things
didn't say
to our
hate,
siblings.
and I
Yeah, we
We
couldn't
really
say
don't
hate.
need
didn't
to.
say
No, we
hate.
couldn't say hate. We had the right to 250 word essay if we did.
I
But,
think we need a lighter
but it was
question.
just a,
She
so
said we
yeah.
need a lighter question. Okay,
Yeah,
we
come on,
gotta
bring the
move
next
on.
question.
All right, so let me see. I'm gonna go to a lighter one.
Because I can ask Xiomara.
In the hobbies episode, you talked about what you enjoy outside of work and responsibilities. Do you think adults forget how important hobbies are? Why or why not?
Before we answer that question, I need to make sure that you guys do know these wings are crispy, juicy, and saucy,
They really are.
and they're fresh to order from Wing Heaven.
And the
So-
wings, the chickens are the good one. They go to the good place.
They go to the good place.
These chickens.
We are not getting paid yet, but Wing Heaven, if you see any of our faces in the next
Well,
week,
people say they heard about you on Bruce
On
Bruce.
Bruce
and
Bruce.
Wayne.
There you go, there you
give a discount. Shout out to Wing Heaven.
Okay, so what was the hobby question?
I got the question. The question was, do you think adults forget how important it is to have hobbies? Why or why not? And I say yes. Sometimes you forget when life happens, or when you're raising kids and you committed to your kids and all their activities, and you're going to work, and then you're running an AAU or cheer or dance, or you serve church, or you're in a sorority fraternity, you go to the gym. Like, you only have so much time, and it's easy to forget yourself and all these other commitments that you make to other people. But at some point, maybe at some point, you'll wake up and wonder, who are you really? And what is it that you love? And what is it that makes you feel good? Because you spend so much time trying to make everybody else feel good by showing up and being present. And I think it's easy to get to that point. So hobbies are necessary to remind you of just the things that bring you joy and your joy only.
My God, this what you do.
And I'd like to say, if y'all didn't watch it, please go and watch it. We know it didn't get promoted like the other episodes, but it is really a good one. And we talk about our hobbies and go watch it. All right, next question.
You didn't want nobody else to have it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
If you watch it, you'll see how she feels about it.
What she said? I sang like Whitney Houston, but before the crack. Well, you know, that was hilarious. You cut that up.
Y'all
Oh,
talk
what is-
about, you talk about your
Hobbies.
Do you
Hobbies.
think adults forget?
Do you think adults forget the importance of? Absolutely. Like Crystal said, life be life, and we just work, pay bills, go home, and we just want to sleep. And we forget sometimes that we need to recharge our batteries with some of the things that drive our passion more than anything else. They just fulfill us outside of just the normal stuff. Something that fulfills us creatively, artistically, and it doesn't have to be anything super, you don't have to have a special skill or talent to do it. I just ran into an old friend who does tiny houses. And, you seen the tiny houses?
Mm-hmm.
There's-
Like they make them out of, oh, what do you mean? Dollhouses?
No,
or
so, yeah,
that
so
you live in?
you can, man.
I mean, no, I seen
No,
it.
Okay,
they're called
so wait,
tiny houses.
tell
No,
them.
that-
Not the real tiny
Oh,
houses,
okay.
but like
It's like the thing we
You
bought
can
for
do this.
Christmas for the white elephant. Me and Damon bought it.
the tiny house, right?
The
So
craft.
the craft where you can
Oh.
build a small tiny house, and it's so small, so intricate. Like even if it has couches, you upholster the couch with a little bit of leather, or you make the little orange slices and stuff like that.
Mm.
I got a friend that just started doing that. It's amazing. I bought it for Gina, and she brought me a little milk carton. It was like microscopic. He's like, how am I supposed to cut that? but it's something that is It's mind numbing, it's time consuming, but it becomes a labor of love if you really are into something like that that divides your time. Because most people just want to find a small way to escape so they don't have to think about the normal things that their constantly mind is running about what you have to do, what you committed yourself to, what life is requiring you, whether it be kids, bills, or anything else. You just want to escape. That's what vacations are for. Not a lot of people take them. So you need to find a passion or a hobby to fulfill that, to keep your motor running and to recharge your battery. So.
And stop scrolling and looking at how other people living their lives. Like, get off the phone, do some gray matter, go touch something. Do something.
After you watch Roots, Boots, and Wings. After you watch Roots, Boots, and Wings.
After you watch
After
Roots,
you,
Boots, and
after you
Wings.
scroll and like and follow and subscribe,
Thank
and
you.
comment on our content.
Right.
Then get
Then
off
go
that
touch some
internet.
gray matter.
Then go touch some grass.
Spill some gray matter.
Cece said, "Did you ever go to amusement parks together?"
Oh, yes.
We were really, really young.
We did Kings Dominion, Six Flags.
We
were a big
did. No, we
family.
did. Six Flags
Yeah.
in Jersey. That's right.
We used to eat off the trunk.
You're right. Good
Mhm.
God. Gala party.
We used to have
Gala
skate
party.
night,
Skate nights, Tuesdays and
family
Fridays.
night at Seabrook.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
We did, Six Flags, Kings Dominion. What else did we do? We did Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
We used to have a lot of, our family started this thing called 1-800-Dollar Party. And so, we used to do a lot of, it was like a spinoff from our family, our Christmas dinner, our Christmas performances. And then we would all do that. But that did consist of our mother and her siblings and their children, as well as our grandparents. And I just think everything slowed up when we lost them.
Our family is a real fun bunch. All of us are
Yeah.
jokesters. We'll do nothing but laugh primarily when we get together. We crack jokes and we joke on each other. And so our aunts and our uncles, they're a fun bunch. And so they coined the phrase 1-800-Dollar Party. And that's how we refer to ourselves as a big family.
Yes.
And wherever we went as a family, lots of smiles, lots of jokes, and lots of good memories.
We had shirts.
We had shirts. We sure did. We didn't have a family reunion because we were together all the time. It felt like, but anywhere we went, you could bet we were going to be laughing. But okay, can I share my favorite 1-800-Dollar Party?
Go ahead.
Well, we went up to Pennsylvania.
Do you?
You need permission?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
if you need permission, is it like a private?
We went up to
Okay. Go
Pennsylvania
ahead.
to see our cousin graduate, and they're black people, but they were like one of 2 black people in the school, so all Caucasian environment. And we drove up, we caravanned up there,
Like 9 cars.
like 9 cars deep. We went up the road to what feels like a Pittsburgh. It was like a 6-hour drive. And we get up and we go to the graduate, Bethel other park. Shout out to Taylor. We went up to the graduation. We got there early. We were 9 cars deep, and we was easily 25 deep, right? About right. We bought out the entire concession stand in the first 15 minutes.
We was like, you want a chocolate? You want a raspberry? You want
Who wants you?
to pass some food down? It was so ghetto.
It was coming back
ghetto.
with the cardboard, the Sam's Club box top of snacks and food, and the white people were coming like they're all sold out. And we got 2 bleachers deep. We passed around these snacks, and we was screaming so loud for our cousins that the white people started being like, "Hey, my son's name is Ryan. Can you scream for Ryan?" We was like, "Yeah, we got Ryan!" Just loud and black. But that's just one out of so many moments.
And
that
the
we had.
funnier moment that day was because we got melanin in our skin. The sun wasn't bothering us, but the white people was passing up. They was dropping on the bleachers like flies. Oh my God. It was hilarious. And Doris was like,
What's wrong with Mary?
one of my aunts was like, they need some orange juice. Give them some here. Give them some water. Give them water.
We got all the water.
We got all the orange juice. We got all the Otis Buttonmeyer muffins. Oh my God. We bought out the whole
All right, we have Barbara Durfee. She said, "You guys have helped me build a better relationship with my siblings." We have a comment from YouTube. The name is underscore G or 9_126. They said, "Who's the best dancer entertainer out the family? In the whole or the sibling group?"
Who's the best dancer?
We can tell you.
Or we can show you.
Drop a beat.
I think you would have to come. He said, "Show us." Now you have to come to Christmas. That's where we talked about that in the family gatherings episode.
But Barbara, we appreciate you and we are glad that you are building better relationships
Absolutely.
with your siblings. We love
That's what
that.
it's all about.
We love that.
That's what's all about.
Glad we could help. And you've been around us, so you could tell some people some of the things. Some of the things. Like we love cookouts, y'all. We love the cookouts and performance.
And we're all good dancers.
Yeah.
Just to circle back, 9126, that would be me. I'm gonna take that.
You're gonna take the entertainer.
I was waiting for them.
Yeah, it's him.
I was waiting for them to say something. I was like,
Kermit is our what is it? Our honorary he's always hosting. What is that? He's the MC.
MC.
He's the MC. Yeah,
Oh, they're
he's
really
the
they're really
comedian.
positioning for a sibling off. They're like, "Show
Oh,
us." They said drop. They said drop the beat.
no, not gonna happen.
It's like drop the beat. Show us.
No.
Right away. I'll put in the comments for you to get her.
Like that's their real hair.
She's
This
on my
is
website. That's their hair. Now, I got nice hair.
No, yeah, you guys make me the honorary MC, the
Leader of prayer.
warrior, prayer warrior,
The DJ.
DJ, whatever. I don't mind.
who
It's
is
although I mean, some of us
can dance.
Some of us
Have been
have had
trained.
to battle for the
Dim the light.
family competition and individual. Some of us have.
You remember when she had a battle? I think the two Carl and Tony.
I'm just for the cyber.
Some of us have to kind of really fight for that. Have you tested, battle tested? Some of us, we just people let them be the best.
Okay, man. Fine. That's enough.
Who's the best cook though? Cece is asking.
Okay, wait. Before we
I'm
answer,
out.
see,
I'm
O'Mara,
out.
I have a question for you. It's been a little while since I got to ask a question here, and I would just like to know, why do you watch this podcast, you and your family from Dallas, Texas? Oh, sorry, I was looking at the screen. Sorry, I was looking at myself to ask you the question. It was kind of funny to see it.
She's in
Yeah,
Texas
right?
for real? She's in Texas.
I don't look too bad. Yeah, she's in Dallas, Texas. Why do you watch this podcast? C. O'Mara. She like changed what she went by her whole life, so I gotta call her C. O'Mara. C. O'Mara sits down and watches this with her family. including her
Oh, we
husband.
love that.
And I was
Oh,
watching with
thank
her
you.
baby and her kiddo in elementary school. Like, why do you watch this show every week? Why do you watch this? I think it's interesting that people
Tune in.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I want to know why they watch too.
No, I
that's
think it's a great
interesting.
question.
I think it's a great.
So anyway, what was the question?
Who's the best cook?
Who's the best cook?
I want to throw my head in the ring over here.
There's no ring. Just get
I'm like
the
that
ring.
chef that just sprinkles the salt on the
There's
ring.
no ring. I need to get this hand.
No, you can throw down too. Wait a minute, ma'am.
Oh, some
So
things.
we but I do like the I got a little razzle down in the kitchen. My little razzle down.
Razzle dazzle.
Yeah.
And Lorenzo wants to know when he can come get his hair done.
I don't do locks, Lorenzo.
Lorenzo, he's talking about the podcast, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
Donita's single.
Lorenzo, I kind of know because he used to work at WMATA. Right.
Next question.
Right. Oh, no, and I went to high school with Lorenzo.
Cece says she's answering your question. She said y'all are relatable, entertaining, and sparks conversation for her own family. So that's why
Oh,
she
we
likes
love
you.
that. We love that.
That was
They
sweet.
be like, yeah, they crazy, so we don't do that.
All right, I think we have time for one more question. So if anyone watching has a burning question to ask,
And while
or
they're grabbing up the question, I
Is
wanted
that
to
next?
answer
Is it
my pressing question
go ahead.
that I was called out on Instagram. So we had a caretaking episode. I have to address it because I
You
kept
do,
saying I was
because
gonna
you
do
was
it.
holding it.
I said I was gonna do it. The smoke. Okay, so there was a part in the caretaking episode where I said that I did not feel obligated to take care of my mother's husband. And everyone said I was cruel.
Was it just about her husband or your?
Was it about your husband or your biological?
It was about both of them, so I'm gonna get to both. I'm gonna get to
So
both.
IG.
Yes, it was on IG. So everybody said I was cruel. Why would I separate my mom from her husband? He's my stepfather, all of that, right? And then one guy was like, just take care of your dad. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Let's go.
I said, is he talking to me? Because is he talking to Bruce Booster Pink?
The views and opinions.
You don't know me.
The views and opinions of Donita.
Okay,
The views and opinions.
It took everything from me not to go. So I didn't do that. So anyway, the reason why I said that way is because, and I still feel that way, because I never have considered my mom's husband. Let me say this: when your parent remarries later in life, you only get one stepfather in my lifetime. That's my razzle. Their biological father was my stepfather. My mom married him when I was young. He raised me. He gets that daddy, that title, right?
Okay.
Alongside of my own biological father. He gets that title. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't get no more stepdaddies. I just got, he is my mom's husband. And so to clarify, no, that is my mother's husband. Not that we're going to separate them and put him over there. Now we're talking about caretaking. So if my mother supersedes him, then his family has to step in and take care of him, right? If my siblings want to, they can. I just won't be me. Now, it won't be me. Now, as far as my own biological father, to clarify what I was saying is he's also married with a spouse that is his wife. So I don't have to do that there either. But if they ever ask me for something, I would oblige. But I don't have to.
Relax. It's normal internet behavior.
I get it.
Out of context of a small piece, not knowing everything.
Oh, I know. If they would have just watched the episode, you
Very
would have
true.
heard me say that. But
Let's hit the
it
link.
was the one with the most comments. So I figured let's just go ahead and address that, whatever. But yeah, I need to get that off my chest.
I'm gonna
Hello, Cameron.
promote that reel. So
What? I mean, I understand views and clicks and likes and all that kind of stuff. And I did. Well, the last one I did tell him. I did. When he told me STFU, then I told him the STFU.
Hold on now.
But I did that from my page. Right. I did that from my page. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Because I was sick of it by that
Sounds
time.
like I need to have the views and opinions. No,
That was
yeah.
that. So,
And that's just being human in a nutshell. I mean, people are always going to have their opinions, regardless of what it is. I think that was one that was big because, again, it touched the nerve. And that's why the blow up of the caretaker episode was necessary, not for just being put out there, but our growth together as well. And I think it was really important for us to figure out moving forward. And I love that.
Yeah, black people don't be talking about who gonna do what and how so gonna break down, and
they just let it happen.
You just let it happen, and then you get in a
And they
moment
fight each other.
where you're in this set of circumstances and nobody's talking to each other. One person texting the one, or And this is a real thing in Black families.
Mommy said she's
Mom
gonna give you that couch.
remarries, dad remarries, and sometimes there's mistrust with the spouse intentions or whatever, but any reason. Maybe the spouse act funky, maybe all this stuff happens in real life.
For sure.
And so part of it, this is a big part of why people don't have these conversations. We did not have the conversation until we blew up and said, no, we gotta have it now. It forced us into having this conversation, and luckily, fortunately for us, having learned how to become reasonable with one another, having had these conversations back and forth, and then even though it was stalemate, somebody had to concede.
Mm-hmm.
Two of them, one of them had to concede in order for us to move forward, and I'm sure that required a lot of, all right, whatever's best. And not all families get to that part. We didn't really record and show y'all what that part looks like because it was ugly. But
We got a lot of likes and views.
What?
You said what? It
Probably
probably
got a
got a
lot
lot
of
of
likes.
clicks.
It would have got lots of clicks.
But then I would have been at work like, I hope my job ain't see me arguing with my siblings. 'Cause that's counting.
That's too much. But that stuff happens in real life. And so what you experienced, unfortunately, is the internet world, right?
Yeah.
Where some people are going to agree with you, and some people are going to have very strong feelings otherwise, just like we experienced between the four of us and having to release this episode. And so, what is the commentary on, you set yourself out in the world to kind of do a good thing, or to share a good thing about your life, and then people have these negative responses like, at the internet sometimes, you know what I mean? Oh, sorry.
I think it, I mean, the last thing I would say is like, the internet is an interesting place that we can go and live and be and say whatever we want about how we would do something, how it wouldn't be us, how if it was real life, I wouldn't be the one, I ain't the one. And I think that's what's happening in that thread. And I think any of those people called to account for how they might show up if they have siblings for caretaking are probably not going to show up in the way that they're talking about in the comments. Yeah, so I just feel like what I feel really good about that I think is important for people who watch us is, yes, we are extremely civil and like we get along here, but real life rocks us too. We outside of this little camera situation, like we are simulating and showing that if you can get your siblings or your family or people close to you to sit down and have a conversation and maybe a little bit outside of the norm from your typical interacting with each other, you might be surprised at what you learn, what you come to, and how that might inform how you do something hard together. And I just think we're doing something interesting to show what can come of having different kinds of conversations, but I think we've said it a few times today, like this isn't what the thread would look like if it was like a thing going down in life, but this helps us relate to each other better in real life.
And I know what you can't get on the internet. These wings.
Let's go to the good place.
Where you can pull up and taste why Clinton's talking about wing heaven. Okay?
Flavor that hits different.
Heaven sent flavor right here in Clinton. Wing heaven, ClintonMaryland.com.
Have you ever seen a chicken with shades?
I've never seen a chicken with shades and a wing
Well, can
before.
you show them the empty container? Because I think they liked it. That's what
I'm just trying to let y'all know that even though this is live, we can support sponsors in the way that's Bruce Bruce Wings at gmail.com.
This could be you and your
This
business.
could be you.
You could be here.
You could be here. David, okay, so we have a couple more comments that came in. David, he wants to know how Kermit deals or dealt with the whole not being a junior thing, and if that affects or plays into you being a dad, a son, a husband, and a sibling. I think that's a
Lord, Mr. Dupree. Gotta get my inner sanctum here. No, not being a junior I talked about it a lot in that episode. Looking back, more than I thought I would ever talk about something that intimate or personable to myself. As being a junior, I've lived my entire life like I felt. If you watch the episode, I always felt like I lived my life under the thumb of such a successful man in a short period of time that finding out that I wasn't a junior didn't change anything. And we talked about I need to put this way down. Give me a I can't feel serious. We talked about
so raspberry though.
Raspberry.
As a young man.
As a young man, in my
I
life.
was a young boy.
But no, as
Donita doesn't get the joke.
I'm watching Lion King.
She didn't get the joke. She
I
didn't get
did.
the
I
joke.
got it.
It's a Lion King. Okay? It's a Lion King.
That was Pumbaa or Timbo.
Yeah, there you go. Timbo. Yeah, Timberland. But no, it didn't change anything because one thing in my life I can always say, as I got older and as I got in the profession that I'm in, I always ran into somebody that knew my father that would lend a hand to help me get further. And so I always felt like along the way, no matter what, in some instance, he was continuously there with guidance and instruction and also directing people to my path. So did it change how I felt moving forward? No, it didn't. It shocked me a little bit because I wasn't aware of it because I always considered myself to be a junior. But once my mom told me the story, it kind of made sense because my dad was always so forward thinking in the things that he did. And we talked about it. I mean, what black man was thinking of owning a computer store in downtown Northwest, Washington, D.C. in the early 80s, selling IBM machines to corporate America? No, I mean, if he did that 10 years earlier, he would have got shut down by, he would have got shut down by the powers that be. So, no, it did, however, change how I looked at myself moving forward. Because again, I said it in there, I didn't have to live up to those expectations or live up to that kind of success. I just needed to find my own way. So yeah, it was eye-opening, but it was also refreshing in a sense to know that through that process, learning who I am and what I'm supposed to do is the most important thing, regardless of what lineage you come from. Anybody in that particular light, I always look at it like, okay, Michael Jordan's son. Everybody expects him to play basketball, be as great as his dad. He tried, he wasn't as good, but now he's living his life as who he is now. Whether he married his dad's best friend's wife,
Right.
got his ex-wife, that's completely different. But any kid who has a dad that they look up to, regardless of what their status is, just you have a figure in your life that you think is bigger than life. It does play a huge role in how you operate and what matters to you and what you think success looks like. So no, it was refreshing. It was good. It was good stuff.
Lisa said she really enjoyed season 1. She has witnessed the love, laughter, and lessons taught. Agreed that y'all go big with the cookouts. Unbelievable 16th birthday party. Oh, she's talking about me. Definitely rivaled what was on TV, and thanks for keeping it 1000%.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa.
Barbara asks,
Yay, Lisa.
maybe this is a great one to lead out on. Barbara asks, is there season 2 in the works?
Okay, Barbara, you better ask the questions that need answers.
That's right.
Okay. Our extra sibling, Barbara.
Yeah. Yes.
And that season is called. What's the season called, y'all?
Honey.
Is it hot?
We have
The audience doesn't
The
know.
audience don't
Like,
know.
You like, I don't know.
She forgot.
Y'all-
She's like, I don't know. Season 1 was lemon pepper.
Season 1 was lemon pepper. Season 2
And season 2 is hot
honey.
honey. And we've already shot 4 episodes.
Love it,
So yes, there is a season 2.
Season 2 is coming.
Barbara, give me a second because I was eating wings for the last 10 minutes. So, is there something that you want to hear us talk about? Is there something?
Oh
that
yeah,
you all
Barbara,
wanna hear us
David,
talk about?
Lorenzo, Lisa,
9/1/26.
Xiomara. Yep.
Everybody
And
in the
When we
then
go out, tell us
what y'all want us to talk about. Put it in the chat. What would you like to hear us talk about?
You got it up?
I got it up.
You got it up?
It's like 10 seconds.
It's 10 seconds delay. Let me nibble on this way. We can have it a little bit.
All right, nobody saying nothing.
You calling out
Put
the
it,
chat?
they let them check,
Oh,
it
found
out.
Nikki Heat tight too, by the way. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm
Mhm. I thought you that. We got producers.
And when is season 2 premiere?
Lorenzo wants a plate of the wings so that maybe we can plug the wings again.
Okay.
We don't plug
You
it
can't
up.
go. You gotta go buy your own.
We got my own.
Yeah. David said he felt that thing in the depth of his soul.
Okay. How about the junior?
Barbara said wonderful. And she said she's gonna send her list soon of what she would like for y'all to cover.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
gonna sleep on it.
She
And I mean, whatever, current events, topics, whatever y'all want to hear us talk about, put it in there. Nothing is too off. Or,
Can we-
you know.
Can we talk a little bit about what we covered already? We're not gonna go into full detail, but we do try to incorporate some new things that we didn't. Current events.
We did talk about pets. Pets was a serious.
Pets was a serious conversation.
If you got a pet.
Is Lisa? Is that our cousin Lisa who made the comment?
Lisa Rosser.
Oh, Lisa. Hey, Lisa. So okay, Lisa. Oh, that's I got it. I know. I'm sorry. I thought that was cousin Lisa, but that's Lisa Rosser. Yes, she was a good guy. I'm sorry. Okay, so we talked about pets. We talking about in the new one?
Yeah,
Okay.
we talked about
Basically, they're
pets.
coming for you, coming at you in take two. Take two. And here's what we got coming at you for season 2. Hot honey, baby. Yeah, take that take.
Yo,
We did talk about a current event, right?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, we did.
Current event. And what else did we talk
I don't know
about?
how current it's gonna be when
When it airs.
when it airs, but
Mother's
Talk about Mother's Day.
Oh, we talked about Mother's Day. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mother's.
pets. And what was the last one? What was the last one?
I think
The
that's
last-
it.
no,
The
what?
current event, pets,
Oh,
Mother's Day.
relationships part
and-
Relationships part 2.
No, we did.
We already did.
relationships part 2 was kind of the current event.
What did we talk about?
Oh,
Fears.
fears.
Oh yeah, we forgot.
Yeah, that's-
that one got a little.
Oh,
That
yeah,
got-
they got
yeah,
two.
yeah.
Y'all got a little.
That got a little deep.
You got to do some editing.
We have a couple questions coming in. David would like for us to keep the in-person lives. They really like this format, you guys.
Okay, at the end of each season. Right? I mean, do we have to do it?
They said- Cece
Cece
said she wants to see more of new boyfriend and girlfriends coming into the family circle. I think that's
Oh, well, you got to find
Junior
me.
JR said that.
You got to find me.
Where's
one
their
day.
cameras?
You
We gotta
gotta
wait
find
till they
me one.
permanent because we can't have them one season and have another.
I don't know. I'm gonna stop flipping them.
Her husband said that. Her husband.
Listen, I don't know. I might start flipping people. CC's husband. I might start rolling.
Like you wear your wigs. You might switch them out. This wig goes with this person. Her son Makai wants to know what your favorite childhood movie is.
Oh, I can go first.
Ooh.
One movie, you guys.
One movie.
But you know, the people like to come with 3 or 4 examples.
Listen.
Including myself, so it's not like
I got one.
Macaw, that was good.
The Labyrinth.
They're
Dance
asking you now.
Oh,
No.
They are.
I thought it was a real question.
Oh, I thought this was for.
He's asking that.
I thought this was an ask. Oh, maybe.
The whole episode out of movie.
Don't interrupt me.
Well, answer Makai. If y'all don't answer answer the baby. Answer the baby. What's your?
My favorite movie is called The Labyrinth. It stars David Bowie, and he sings some of the best songs in there. And my personal favorite is Dance Magic Dance. It's got a whole ton of puppets. You'll love it today.
It's terrible.
Donita.
Mine is David the
No,
Wiz.
this is
That's
Macabre.
What?
Macabre. What did I say?
David.
I said
Man.
David. Oh, I'm sorry. Not you, David. Macabre. Well, say it again.
Black people get stuff wrong. Go ahead.
Sir.
I'm like Romy. Makiela. Makiela.
Bring it
Okay,
back.
I'm sorry. What is it?
Oh, my mama can't say her name.
I'm sorry, Macabre. Mine is the Wiz, because I like Michael Jackson. I like Diana Ross, and I'm on me no line. I love that. That mine was the Wiz.
Tiffany.
No.
Well, you still haven't thought about yours?
Your friend.
I've been watching. I've been engrossed.
You need your
I've been
pad.
engrossed in
You need
yours.
your pad.
He's your friend.
Oh, you know what I like? Miss Doubtfire.
That's
Oh, yeah,
That's a good
It was a
one.
party. It was a run by fruit TV. It was a drive by fruit TV. It's a good one.
That was a great movie.
It's gonna be weird, but it's
Okay.
Mannequin.
I love Mannequin now.
Mannequin.
What was Mannequin
And
about?
we can build this thing together.
With the mannequin that comes to life in the mall, he gets locked in his apartment.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
The girl from Sex and the
Now, why did you like that? Why did you like that?
I don't know.
It's the Mannequin came alive.
I don't know. It's weird.
Okay.
It was great.
It was
He
It's a
fell in
love
love
story.
with the mannequin
Okay,
that came
got
to
it.
love
I
and
got
live
it.
at night.
it's a lonely man working at a
So
department
it was like a boy story.
You know, he worked at Woolworth and Loafer. It's an old Montgomery Wards. I don't know. There was a mannequin there that came alive.
It's a lot of 80s movies with girls that
It was.
came out of science and
It was.
miraculous events.
Yeah. Weird Science
Weird
was
Science
great.
was another one.
Weird Science was great. Howard the Duck was great.
Mm.
But Mannequin.
You see how you said one and then
I
Man.
did. I fit that in very nicely against your
Goofy movie also.
Ooh.
Kids these days.
Goofy.
Goofy movie.
Goofy
I'll watch
movie.
it, let
It's
me
a
know.
classic.
Mm-hmm.
The one who said everybody else says two or
Yeah.
three.
Because y'all started
Like
doing it, so I
opposites attract.
That's a commercial.
Okay.
All right, you guys.
All right.
Yeah, I think we can. Want to close us out?
Yay,
Uncle Kermit,
season
since
one.
you can close us out.
Close out. Father God, we come to you humbly. No, we're not doing that.
Okay.
When does season 2 air?
It's in April, I think, right?
Didn't we say the 17th?
And
18.
The 18th? April 18th?
I thought it was 19.
Wait, I'm
19th?
just wait,
23rd?
and I'm gonna give you the
Crystal's gonna give you the date.
25.
Oh, somebody is requesting a hotlines. Junior's ideas. We should get a hotline so people can call in.
Oh, a hotline.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got that.
Call me
I got that
on
set
my
up.
You got that? Oh, you do. You
I do have that set up
Okay.
for the lives. I do.
Okay.
With my, all dressed up podcast. Shout out to.
Oh yeah, our brother has a podcast that he's had for a while.
Yeah, we do it live. We'll set next time on the next live. We'll make sure we set that up. Y'all can come in and ask questions and do
Please.
everything.
That takes a lot
Yeah.
off the
Yeah, yeah.
barrier.
And we'll use similar numbers, but this was absolutely awesome. Do we have the date?
I do have the day
You have the
ready.
date?
It
What's the
is
date?
Sunday, April the 19th.
Sunday, April the
We
19th.
released the first episode of season 2, Hot Honey.
Hot
on
Honey
YouTube.
season
So
2
it's Hot
on
Honey.
YouTube. So the biggest thing is helping build all y'all in the chats. Where my camera? That's done.
Your camera's right there.
Right there.
In the chats and in the internets and the interwebs. Continue to piss off my big sister, please. But what helps is like, sharing, and subscribing on all channels. And the more, if it's helped you in the way that it has, share it with somebody else. If you see us push something, you push it, more people see it, more people's lives change, more people's hearts turn from cold to maybe lukewarm.
More
Maybe
Donita's
reach out
weird
to-
you see.
Yeah, maybe they reach out to, their siblings they haven't talked to in years. Or maybe they just reach out to Wing Heaven.
Where the good chickens
Where the
go.
good chickens go.
For the flavor that hits
The
different.
flavor that hits different.
Yeah, it's a good place.
Yeah, because if you have a business and would like to see yourself a part of the
If
podcast,
you have a business and would like to support us monetarily, we'll set the cash app up and we'll get you, get some stuff going. But I can definitely say on behalf of my sisters and Nicole, this journey has been one that is beyond endearing. I think that we've learned to love each other better, and more importantly, in the way that we need to for each other. Other than just saying, "That's my sister, I love her. That's my brother, I love him," and it's all about, okay, these are the people that I love. Make sure that I show up for them in the way that is needed, like we said in a lot of episodes, not just activated, but in the way that's needed. So if it has helped you and your family, please send it to somebody who you know personally got issues in the situation and circumstance. Yeah, I got issues because that's what it does. That's what it really does. I mean, there's people that I know caretaking episode has helped. There's people that I know that how do you parent your older children episode has helped. It's a phenomenal episode. Caretaking helped me because again, I was talking in the episode. I had to go back and talk to my wife. I was like, oh, okay, wait a minute. Slow down.
Did we ask you if
He
you
like,
talked
yeah,
about
I know.
it?
He like, yeah.
I did. I talked to my wife. I did. But the night after we finished doing it, I had another conversation with her.
And she said, hell no.
No, she
said,
She said, hell no.
She didn't say hell no, but after the conversation, I knew that I couldn't put her in a certain position that because of her heart, she would not participate all hands on deck. So I was like, yeah, that ain't gonna work. And it's helped, these relationships and conversations helped me tremendously. So I love it. I really do love it. And hopefully you love it too, for the people that are here. Dubs in the chat. Shout out to the youngest, the oldest, and the middle children who came to support Crystal Rally, the middle children here. And they're here in unlimited supply. But again, April 19th is going to be the first episode of the second season, but please know that you won't be short of content in the interim time. We're going to cut some stuff up. We're going to repost some stuff, and we're just going to keep the party going. And we're only as big as you guys help us do.
Yeah, somebody asked, who do we reach out to for sponsorship? You can reach us at all of our social media platforms, including Instagram. DM us, even if you want to talk to us, ask a question. Anyone is always manning those fronts. So feel free to shoot us a DM.
Wings@gmail.com. Rootswings@gmail.com. Wing Heaven, please pay us for today's live. Wing Heaven, please pay us for today's live. No, shout out to the Raspberry Wings. We're going to crush the rest of you. I'm mad we just sat up here without no dressing. We just
The dressing is upstairs.
That's how good they were. Well, that's good. Are we
I need dressing.
close?
We're done.
Anybody else want to say
We're done.
Party words?
Yeah.
See how they just do me? It's a Kermit.
You did the part. You closed it.
Close it out.
Party words. Follow
Party
us.
words.
Follow us.
And subscribe. Roots Boots and Wings at rootsbootsandwings@gmail.com.
Get that video, Fallon. Got that video. Oh, all right. This is live, so I gotta go and do the production side.
Oh, and